Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can get us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you an animated Bugs Bunny telephone. This is by Telemania, and Teresa sent this in from New York. And basically when she sent this in, she had mentioned that one of his ears had fallen off, and that she kind of kept it with her, and so she'll put that back on when she gets the phone back. Basically, this telephone didn't have any dial tone. This is a cordless phone, and it's also animated. So I'm kind of just in the middle of repairing this telephone, and I'm going to show you a few things with it. We're going to go ahead and hit the demo button.
What's up, Doc? Stop talking. It's your nickel. Can't you see my hands are full? You think you could help me out here, pal?
We'll go ahead and let the demo finish up.
Hey, Bob. Do you think you could get that? Excuse me. Ain't I a stinker?
Okay, so anyway, I'll let this demo finish up.
You want me to answer that? It's your phone.
And we'll get into basically a little bit about the handset here. On these handsets, they're not a very high-powered handset. They really were not intended to, they're a cordless phone. This gives you a look at it. And they really were not intended to, for you to roam around the backyard and things like that. But they just didn't have the high power that they needed. And this telephone did not have any dial tone and would not connect with the base. So basically what you see here is an antenna wire, but we've added a little bit just to make it exactly the way we want it. Here's the frequency pack. And the problem with these frequency packs is, here's the protective cover that goes to the frequency pack. There's a front and a back. And what happens is the circuitry on these are not built with very precise electronics. And what happens is the circuit will degrade after a while. There's always exceptions to the rule. You might have one of these that, will go halfway down the street, but there's a lot of factors involved here. This is a radio frequency, and basically what happens is they're not very powerful, and almost any stray frequency can overpower them. So you're not talking about a very strong circuit. And so even with the frequency pack off, as a matter of fact, this circuitry on this frequency pack was degraded enough to where the frequency pack actually helped hurt the circuit and didn't allow it to come on. What you see here is a wire, a loop, and we've made a capacitor here, if you can see that. And basically we had to do that just to get the telephone to hook up with the base at this point. And so we had to make a part, basically. And you'll see quite a few twists in here. It's nothing more than really a capacitor that we've added to the frequency pack. And we're going to go ahead and try to put on the frequency pack encasement here that kind of protects the frequency pack. But if we find that it hinders the circuit any, we're not going to use it. And in this case, with a circuit that's not very high powered, any stray frequency is going to bother it anyway. And so this gives you a little look. We had to go through this circuit and resolder everything. There's two sides to it. And here's your processor, your MPU. And so it's a technical circuit. It's just not a very powerful circuit. And they were not intended to, really they were intended for the same room use. The phone rang, you picked up the phone, it was cordless, you could walk around the room a little bit with it. But these were not intended to roam all around your backyard, really. And it does depend on the stray frequencies around you. One person might have one of these phones, and they might be able to do, walk down the street a little bit, but it all depends on the frequencies that are around you. If you have a lot of stray frequencies around you that can get into this telephone, they will, and it'll cause it not to work properly or not work at all. And then in other cases, you may not have any frequencies around you, and you may just be fine, and you can roam around the backyard, but they really were not intended to go very far. And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a few checks now with this telephone. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. As you can see, it sees the analyzer, and I'm going to go ahead and dial the numbers. I'm going to go ahead and hit flash. I have my keypad is loose here. I'm going to hit 2, and I'm talking to the telephone. Every time you see that red indicator light on the analyzer, that's 100% modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know the telephone is working. We're going to go ahead and ring the telephone. And I'll go ahead and answer it. There's your dial tone. And we'll hit a 2. And I'm going to turn it off. Now there is an animated part here. I'm going to have to flip the switch back here. And when we ring it, it'll go into animation.
Yeah. What's up, Doc? Stop talking. It's your nickel. Yeah. Can't you see my hands are full?
Dial tone. And so basically we know the telephone is repaired now because it did not, I'm going to turn it off. It did not have any dial tone when it came in, and the handset would not connect to the base. So basically it's, we have to put everything back together now and go from there. To show you a little bit of the back of the bugs, the ears on these, and there's an ear right here, this is, they have a little notch in them so you can't get the ears mixed up. So anyway, what they do is they plug in. You don't really put them in, you have to take the back of the head off. I guess you could push it in if you wanted to, but that's really not how they are meant to be put on. They're meant to slide. There's a couple of grooves in here, and they're meant to slide in. And I'll try to do this real quick. It's supposed to snap in just like that, and then you would put the back of the head on. And then that would lock the ears in. They will pull out this way, or you could probably slide them in from outside, but you wouldn't want to do that because basically they press in right here. I'm going to give a little bit of demo back here to show you the back of the head.
Yeah. What's up, Doc? Stop talking. It's your nickel. Yeah. Can't you see my hands are full?
I'm going to try to stop the demo. And I want to turn this phone over to give you kind of a look at the bottom of the telephone and the inside. And what you're going to see here is you're going to see the frequency pack that we have loose, because we were kind of working on this frequency pack also. Over here you got your main PC board, and where your animation is created here on this chip that stands up off the board. So it kind of gives you a little look at the inside of a Bugs Bunny animated Telemania phone. And this supplies all the frequency for the cordless phone, and this is your most important part of your cordless phone circuit, is this frequency pack. When these go bad, if you don't have one that is the same frequency, you're in trouble, because some of these cannot be repaired. There's just too many fine chips on them, and so basically you have to either work around that and try to fool the microprocessor, or get it to create frequency again. So that's your frequency pack. Here's your main PC board and some of your telephone board that creates the telephone to be able to work. But your frequency pack is what makes the connection between the base and the handset, and that's a very important part. But it gives you a little idea of what an animated Bugs Bunny telephone looks like on the inside and in the cordless phone. This one didn't have any dial tone when it came in, but we've got that squared away. But you're not going to be able to roam down the street with this. It just isn't going to happen. They're not that powerful. We'll go through our numbers real quick. Back to a 2. Then I'm going to turn it off, turn it on, hit flash, and then I'm going to turn it off. So anyway, we know the telephone is working now, and we are in the middle of this repair, so this is just kind of a look at what's going on. I might be able to get a chance to do a video of this telephone after we get it all back together again and do a final check. We'll just have to see how it goes. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.